Srila Vyasadeva in the Padma Purana. Am I audible, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji, please go ahead.
1. To blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord. 2. To consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the name of the Lord Vishnu. 3. To disobey the orders of the spiritual master. 4. To blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in pursuance to the Vedic version. 5. To consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. 6. To give some interpretation to the holy name of the Lord. 7. To commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. 8. To consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities, Karma Kanda. 9. To instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. 10. To not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to achieve the desired success of Krishna Prema. Once again, I thank everyone for joining the Bhakti Sangha conference call today. Let us move to the next session, which is Glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. Class, may I know who all have joined the call this morning?
Hare Krishna Padma Mataji, please accept my humble obeisance. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devadasi from College Station, Texas.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for joining the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Padma Mataji, please accept my humble wishes to you and all the devotees. All glories to Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj, all glories to a humble devotee. This is Mohini Lakshmi from Detroit.
Hare Krishna, Mohini Lakshmi Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for joining the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Padma Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, glories to Kumara. This is Shama Gauri Devidasi from Charlotte.
Hare Krishna, Shyamagori Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for joining the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Myself Jyoti Daknayar.
Hare Krishna, Radha Jyoti Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for joining the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Padma Mataji, all glories Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharajis. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devidasi from Raleigh. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for joining the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves?
Christmas Day, right? There.
Yeah. Yes, it is Christmas Day, Mataji, today. It is, yeah. Mataji, should we record and go to the next part, Mataji, or can we wait for some more time?
Do we have introduction, Mataji?
Um,
Do we have introduction?
I don't, Mataji. I don't also see Suresham Prabhu here, but I can read the introduction if it is there. Do we have introduction, Mataji?
Vinita Mataji, do we have?
Yes, Mataji, I can send in the group.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. I can read.
I sent in the group, Mataji.
Yeah, I saw it, Mataji. You would like to start the recording, Mataji?
Yes,
Or-
yes, Mataji, I will start the recording.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Let's move to our next session, which is Srimad Bhagavatam class. Today we are fortunate to have His Grace Arjun Ishwar Prabhuji for enlightening us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, 8th Canto, 17th chapter and first verse. Before going to class, I would like to give a brief introduction about Prabhuji. Arjun Ishwar Prabhuji currently serving at ISKCON NVCC Pune as a full-time celibate from 2012. He got in connection with ISKCON in 2007. He has worked as a software engineer at Tata as CMC and security as a security automation engineer at Reliance Group Support Services. He has been a good teacher and a trainer for youths in the matter of spiritual teachings and practices respectively. For youth and corporates, he conducts regular courses based on teachings of Bhagavad Gita, namely Discover Yourself, Gita for All Made Easy, Game, Leadership Sutra, Hard Facts, etc. He had been a spiritual mentor and caregiver to youth of RVC and PESIT College in Bangalore for almost 3 years. In 3 years. In Pune, he has been running a corporate center where 15 to 20 corporates would get regular spiritual, managerial, and leadership trainings and education. From the past, for the last 2 years, he has been actively involved as a value education teacher for children from ages 10 to 15 years. He regularly conducts classes, namely E-Gurukul and Values of Life for school children. Along with his value education team, for the last 10 years, he has been conducting value education context at various schools of India. Hare Krishna. If anybody would like to introduce themselves, please go ahead and introduce yourself until we have Prabhuji. I don't see Prabhuji yet on the call. Krishna.
Prabhuji is coming, Mataji.
Okay, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for giving your valuable time and assistance this morning, Prabhu. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Today we are fortunate to have Arjun Ishwar Prabhuji for enlightening us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam. Prabhu, whenever you are ready, take over the call, Prabhu. Today we are reading from 8th canto, 17th chapter, first verse, Prabhu. Whenever you are ready, take over, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, we'll start with the prayers. Om Agyantimirandhasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyat Deshatarine जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिके कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः So we welcome all the devotees here for this session. So today is 8th canto, 17th chapter and verse number 1. So I will be sharing with you the shloka number. Okay. Shishuka uvacha iti uktva saditi rajan स्वभर्त्रा कश्यपेन वै अन्म अतिष्ठाद् व्रतम् इदं द्वादशाम् अतन्द्रिता. Sukdev Goswami said, O king, after Aditi was thus advised by her husband Kashyapa Muni, she strictly followed his instructions without laziness. In this way, performed the Payovrata ritualistic ceremony. So translation done. Now purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. For advancement in anything, especially in spiritual life, one must strictly follow the bona fide instructions of the teacher. Aditi did this. She strictly followed the instructions of her husband and guru. As confirmed in the Vedic injunctions, Yasya deve para bhaktir, yatha deve tatha guru. One should have complete faith in the guru, who helps the disciple make progress in his spiritual life. As soon as the disciple thinks independently, not caring for the instructions of the spiritual master, he is a failure. Yasya prasadan nagati kutopi. Aditi very strictly followed the instructions of her husband and spiritual master, and thus she was successful. So, this section is about how the Lord Bamandev is going to appear at the end of this Payovrata ritual performance. So this was for 12 days and Aditi was successful. And successful she was, why? Because she followed the instructions of her husband and spiritual master strictly. And she had a complete faith in the instructions given by her husband. At the same time that those instructions were given by Lord Brahma, which we have read, I think, previous chapter, to Kashyap Muni, that how to please Lord Janardhan, Lord Vasudev, how to please him. So this is a very quick how to please the Lord. So Kashyap Muni, just whatever he heard, he just narrated it to his wife, and his wife followed it faithfully with strictness. And she did not think that I'm independent and I can just concoct some way and become successful. No. So she was quite reserved in this. So we see in this section, we know the whole story as we are going every day, one shloka. Just brief, that Aditi wanted that her sons should again come back and rule the Swarga. Aditi is the mother of all the demigods, and Diti is the mother of all the demons. So by hook and crook, the demons, they usurped the property of demigods, and demigods were just loitering here and there without any residence. And that was the sorrowful state, or you can say sorrow for the any mother, that her sons are not placed, engaged, or not able to find livelihood. All parents are in anxiety that why they should be educated. They should be educated so that they can stand on their legs. They can run their family ahead. So it's a great anxiety for settlement of children, especially in India, actually. So then she was saying they already settled, but now their property has been taken away. So she approached her husband and asked him to find out some ways by which the property or the dominion can be taken back. Then Kashyap Muni, in beginning, he did not take much interest. He said that actually we should not worry too much about such material stuff. Some people are gaining something, some people are losing something. Better just focus on the instructions of self-realization. We are not this body. And so according to sway of time, things, good times are there, then bad times are there. So one should just tolerate Matra Sparshastu Konte and just focus on the duty of self-realization. But Aditi was not convinced with that. And then ultimately, Kashyap Muni thought, okay, I have to give her some practical solution. And so he spoke this Payovrata ritual for her to follow. And after 12 days of Payovrata ritual, the Lord became very much happy. And then he appeared and benedicted both of them that I will appear as son of you. Hmm. So this is the whole thing. So now, what is the topic today? So we are going to discuss a formula for sure short success. This is a topic of today's discussion, which is relating to the discussion as led by Prabhupada here. So chalayasi vikramane balima adbhuta bhamana padanakha nirajanita janapavana keshavadhrita bhamana rupa jaya jagadish hare jaya jagadish hare jaya jagadish hare. There's some mistake in your words. So chalayasi vikramane balim adbhuta bhamana. So this is a story which is leading to appearance of Lord Bamandev. So it's very holy. Lord Bamandev appeared as a small dwarf brahmachari. And he just, you can say, bewildered everyone. Who was he? Only Kashyap and Aditi came to know. Means he was a supreme personality of God, and so many demigods also came to know. But later, when he approached Bali, nobody could find out who is this personality, such beautiful personality, small boy, dwarf boy, and very effulgent brahmachari. Chalayasi Bikramane Balim Adbhuta Bhamana. He had come to cheat Bali. Why? And he has come as a brother of Indra, Upendra, the younger brother of Indra. And what was the purpose? To bring back the property from the hands of demons and give it to Indra. That is the purpose. So for that he has to do chala. So we can see that Lord also does chala. Chala means cheating. Vikramane, Balima Adbhuta Bhamana. But such cheating is also glorified so much. It is now we are reciting in prayers. Such cheating is free. Like somebody is cheating, he becomes bound by the laws of karma. But Lord, when he cheats, then when we hear such pastime, we become free from our all karmic reactions. This is a difference when we hear about the Lord and when we hear or we do something which is materialistic activity. So Lord's activities are transcendental. Padalakhanira Janita Janapavana. By his toenail, he just pierced in the core, you can say what you call covering of the universe. And then Lord, so Ganges, or the Ganga Mata. The Ganga Mata, she came from outside of universe and she touched the feet of the Lord. And then she entered inside the universe. So that is the advent of Mother Ganga in this universe by the mercy of Lord Vamandev. The Janita Jana Pavana. She is a Janita Jana Pavana. Means she is a Janita. She has come from the Padanakhanira. From the lotus feet of the Lord she had touched. She has come from outside from the universe, touched the feet of the Lord, and then she is doing the purification of the whole universe. To such Vamandev we offer our obeisances. So okay, so now we are going to discuss about this. So here if you see, strictly following the bona fide instructions of a spiritual master or any teacher. So Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, 22nd chapter and 109 verse. Ragahina jana bhaje sastrera agyaya vaidi bhakti bali tare sarva sastra gaya. So those who have not attained the platform of spontaneous attachment in devotional service render devotional service under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master, according to the regulative principles mentioned in the revealed scriptures. According to the revealed scripture, this kind of devotional service is called Vaidi Bhakti. So those who have not attained the raga, spontaneous attachment. What is a spontaneous attachment? Right now we are doing bhakti, but we have certain rules, regulations, which we follow not out of love, but out of certain duty. Out of duty, out of obligation, and out of fear also. Yes, or social pressure, whatever it can be. Like a Prabhupada gives example, a small child, he never likes to go to school. So then parent, they force the child to go to school. But once he get the taste for going to school or growing in his education, then he does not have to be, he need not to be forced. He just goes ahead and gets his degree and scholarship in his education. Correct? So that scholarship and the perfection in education or knowledge, that is like a raga marg. So raga hina jana bhaje sastrera agya. If somebody is raga hina, he is not having raga, so he has to follow the sastra agya. एंड उसी को बोलते हैं वैदी भक्ति बलि तारे सर्व शास्त्र गाया. उसी को बोलते हैं वैदी भक्ति. शास्त्र के आज्ञा को पालन करना बहुत जरूरी है, स्ट्रिक्टली. तो स्टैंडर्ड वे टू मेक एडवांसमेंट इन एनी फील्ड ऑफ नॉलेज एंड एक्टिविटीज टू हियर एंड फॉलो अ बोनाफाइड गुरु. सो शास्त्रेर आज्ञा, हाउ द शास्त्र आज्ञा विल कम? बाय द मीडियम ऑफ गुरु. तस्मात् गुरु प्रपद्येत जिज्ञासु श्रेय उत्तमम. तद विज्ञानार्थम सगुरुम एव अभिगच्छेत. अभिगच्छेत मीन्स यू मस्ट गो टू गुरु. तद विज्ञानार्थम, विज्ञान को पाने के लिए, नॉलेज एंड प्रैक्टिकल नॉलेज. इफ यू वांट टू अटेन, देन यू मस्ट गो टू गुरु. सो शास्त्रास, they are the resources of knowledge, but then guru, he becomes the teacher of knowledge. He assimilates that knowledge by his own practice. He gets the mercy of God also by his practice and by pleasing his guru, and then he transfers this thing to his disciple. That becomes the guru shishya parampara. So in the beginning, one has to hear from a bona fide spiritual master. This is favorable for advancing in devotional service. According to this process, one hears, chants, remembers, and engages in deity worship, acting under the direction of the spiritual master. These are the essential primary activities of devotional service. Prabhupada says this thing. So in the beginning, what one has to do? Hear. So as you mentioned here, hearing is so important actually. If we ask, see, this is not only some, you can say, process in the devotional service. In any process, hearing is the first thing, because when teacher, he learns from his books and from his life experience, from his guru, ultimately he has digested knowledge and practical knowledge, and then with that experience he narrates to the disciple. So therefore hearing becomes so important. Therefore Prabhupada says we should hear from self-realized soul. Why he says we should hear from self-realized soul? Because the self-realized soul, a person who has, like, knowledge is gained by learning and wisdom is gained by living with that knowledge. And realization. So realization. So when we practice the knowledge, means we serve the Lord, then what happened? Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhaktir Uchyate. So that time what happens? Tat Sarupadhi Binirmuktam. By serving to the Lord, we become free from all conditionings, whatever conditioning. So we are ultimately we are servant, but right now we are not able to feel that relationship with the Lord, Ragahina. So we are following some obligations, some duties. Okay. So by doing these duties regularly, Anudinam, our senses get purified. They become spiritual. And with the spiritual senses, we can realize the Lord and ourselves also. Then only it is possible, otherwise not possible. With this material senses, you cannot realize your soul. No, we have to get spiritual understand. Spiritual senses means to know ourselves, to know the Lord. Then only it is possible, otherwise not. And that will happen by rendering service. So knowledge, by hearing, we purify, and by service also we purify ourselves. So all this is a process of purification. Just mentioned here. So in the beginning, one should hear, chant, and remember. And Prabhupada says that like Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Vishnu Smaranam, and Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam. So all other processes other than this Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam can be done, and that can be done, but the most important for general mass in the Kali Yuga is Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. Very, very important. And Prabhupada many times says that any process of devotion service must be preceded by hearing. So hearing is the most important. Now, Prabhupada mentions here in our devotion service, when we don't have proper understanding what is a real devotional service, so then people may do devotional service with a desire for material profit and speculation. So what is that? Like here we see the Aditi. Aditi, though Aditi has a desire to please the Lord, but still she is not like fully motivated with a pure devotional understanding that she wanted love of the Lord. No, she wanted some material solution from the Lord, and that's why okay, that also helped her. But again, that is not to be said that it is a pure devotional service. And Lord appeared also in front of her. Now here's mentioned the first class devotional service is known by one's tendency to be fully engaged in Krishna consciousness and serving the Lord favorably. So favorably we say Krishna Anusilanam. Krishna Anusilanam. Anusilanam. Silanam means like we Silanam. Like we call Sila. Seal means very courteous behavior, very nice character. Sila. So some activity which we are doing, that is Silanam, some behavior, whatever we are doing, acting, Anusilanam, it should be to favor Krishna. It should be according to Krishna, not it should be according to me. Like somebody comes and says, I want a glass of water, please can you give? And then we bring a glass of milk and say that it's a more healthy and it's more nutritious for you, so better you take milk. He said, no, I want water, not milk. No, you take milk. So then that is again not favorable. Even though it may be better, but not favorable. The purport is that one may also be in Krishna consciousness unfavorably. So how can one be engaged in Krishna consciousness unfavorably? That is also possible. That cannot be counted as a pure devotional service. Pure devotional service should be free from desire for any material benefit or sense gratification, as these desires are cultivated through fruitive activities and philosophical speculation. So this is very, very important. Like somebody might be doing bhakti and they have material karma, too much fruitive desires, or you can say like tendency for fruitive results, but they have covered that with the devotional activities. But that does not mean that becomes a pure devotional service. Once again, like somebody has a lot of faith in karma. By doing hard work, one will enjoy the life. Okay, now I have to do hard work. I will offer the result to Krishna. But the tendency is that I have to work hard, so that I can earn a lot, I can enjoy a lot, and in between I should also help. I should also give some donation. So again, it's not a pure devotional service. It's a devotional service, correct? But it's not a pure devotional service because the tendency is what? Work hard. And that also for what? For material purpose. So then such kind of things can be there, like Prabhupada used to say humanitarian activity, philanthropic activity. So Prabhupada said, actually these all people, philanthropic people, and they simply, what is their whole goal? They simply want to earn money and name and fame. That is only there. Like anybody who become famous after becoming giving too much donation or philanthropic activity, later he is uplifted by people and he becomes some leader of certain sect. यही होता है. Like Gandhi ji. Gandhi ji, Mahatma Gandhi, he became leader of all the people in India. So ultimately, people become famous, and then they use all their things to facilitate the karmic activities of serving. So, shall we serve or not? Yes. So, Prabhupada says, rather than giving food and socks and some things to people, you give them prasadam. That is devotional service. So when we give prasadam, we understand it's a mercy given by Krishna and we are simply helping people to get it. So that is called devotional service. But giving any normal food, vegetarian food, that is again karmic activities. So this is a very important to understand. And then philosophical speculation. So many times people, uh, especially in Western countries, Prabhupada has spoken many times that even in India also, but Westerners actually they they did not have a proper like Guru Sishyam Parapara for a long time. Yeah, it was earlier Bharatvarsha, and then the knowledge has been transferred from people from India, or you can not India, you can say Bharata, to different parts of the world. But later it got broken when Krishna is mentioning ki yoga nashta parantapa to Arjuna, that after certain duration the whole knowledge got broken, the link got broken. So in India it got broken. So what about the foreign country? It must have been broken. So then many speculators came, philosophical speculation happened. So many Aristotle, like such people also came. And then it's a lot of speculation. How to attain success, how to organize the society, how we should serve people, what is love. And that's why the whole world is suffering because of, and this philosophical speculation also enters into devotional service many times. So generally the people are engaged in different activities to get some material profit, while most philosophers are engaged in proposing transcendental realization through volumes of world jugglery and speculation. Prabhupada was too much strong against this world jugglery and speculation. What is that? You don't surrender to Krishna, you surrender to something which is inside Krishna. Or you surrender to something else. You surrender to some other holy service, but not to Krishna. So like that. Now here, speculation. So we find that Eklavya in the Mahabharata story, Eklavya, he speculated. His guru said, I cannot teach you. Then he made a statue of his own guru and started learning from him. So this is a speculation actually. The guru did not say that you should make my statue and learn. No, but he speculated. So this is very important actually. Those who learn Krishna consciousness, they also many times they speculate. Like one time, like whether one should be courteous or whether one should be contrarian, means courteous or critical. So what one should be. So now you cannot define कि always you should be courteous, you should be critical. No. One has to be with the Vaishnava, as we are learning here, that one has to hear from Guru, one has to be with the advanced Vaishnava and learn these things. When many times neophyte devotees, when they want to learn Krishna consciousness, nowadays YouTube, so many lectures are available. They directly hear big lectures. And they don't know, see, when you hear like small children, they have to be groomed nicely with the basic things of for their health, for their understanding, everything should be given with a great care and attention. Yes, there can be big knowledge, but you cannot download the big knowledge on them because they can misunderstand. In the similar in the bhakti process also, when people because of YouTube hear so big lofty lectures, then what happens? They remain child only, but they become grown up children. They're grown up, but they're children only because they don't have proper sequence of hearing. So then here is very clear. One should hear from the, especially for our ISKCON devotee, one should first hear from bona fide spiritual master, that is Srila Prabhupada. One should hear very abundantly, one should hear from him. And then one should also hear from once a spiritual master, then speakers other than spiritual master. So like that, the whole parampara should be there. It's not that one is very famous on YouTube and then one goes and keep on hearing. And what happens, because they are still a practitioners and they're not still a self-realized people. So then many times their opinion also mixes with that. But self-realized souls who are in the parampara, they will directly present the knowledge without any motivation. So this is very, very important. So then one person saw that uh, his senior Vaishnava is behaving in a courteous way. Then that Vaishnava started speaking some more, like he became what too much courteous. Means he started saying something extra. Then Vaishnava said, "Hey, keep quiet. I'm already dealing. Don't speak in between." So he understood, okay, I have to be courteous. And then the senior Vaishnava went other place, and then he started becoming critical. So then this Vaishnava said, "Prabhu, you should be peaceful. Why you are so much angry? Or why you are so much critical?" So actually, this is not a he is not able to understand when one has to be courteous, when one has to be critical. So this Prabhupada himself mentions in the yeah. So Prabhupada writes this letter to Sumati Murarji. When she became little offended when Vallabhacharya was blasphemed, or you can say criticized, because in Chaitanya Charitamrita this episode is there when Vallabhacharya was chastised by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he says that if you are not considering Siddha Swami as your master, then you are a prostitute, he's saying. So Prabhupada writes to this thing to Sumati Murarji later. Everything will become clear if you kindly read this chapter with attention. For example, we see two lawyers in the courtroom may fight vigorously about a law point, but upon returning to the law library, they talk and embrace like friends. So you should always remember that we have no ill feelings toward Ballabh Bhattacharya. We have full respect for him. So there is no harm if these facts are discussed in the society of devotees. Devotees always humbly offer respect to everyone. But when there is a discussion on the point of Shastra, they do not observe the usual etiquette, Satyam Bruyat, Priyam Bruyat. They speak only the Satyam, although it may not necessarily be Priyam. So here comes the point. When person, he is listening to us and he is helping Krishna consciousness to spread, talk in a courteous way. But when that person is stopping and then putting a negative point on Shastra, on Krishna, then how can you be courteous? You have to explain. You cannot be courteous. You have to tell him, okay, how can this all be like that? It's not correct. So that's why devotee is courteous as well as is also critical on the Shastric point. The Shastra should not be misrepresented by people, because to whom we are talking, they are also leaders in the society, and they should first have clear knowledge because they are influencing many dependents, and so they should be told properly. So knowledge versus speculation, very, very important. That's why one has to hear and take from a small, means self-realized, so like Srila Prabhupada, slowly learn the philosophy rather than hearing big lofty philosophies. So many times this problem happens actually. We become totally bewildered. Are ऐसा behave करना है कि वैसा behave करना? No, it's very clear. One has to learn from a senior Vaishnava how to behave. And again, one has to also hear from Srila Prabhupada. It's not very confusing. So Shastra talks about both the here and here, both positive, negative also. And one has to, like Prabhupada, like somebody can say, one should cooperate. Don't talk ill about anyone. Just love each other. Prabhupada says it's not possible. There are so many letters, Prabhupada. Prabhupada says there is an incidence of brothers fighting among each other. So what to speak of God brothers fighting and God sisters fighting among each other? What is the... It's there. But Prabhupada says, until one understands he has a common father, he remains with that. Okay, we are all, I'm working for Prabhupada, he is also working for Prabhupada. Okay, let him work, I'm working. I'm following principles, he is following, let him, okay. Cooperation means, okay, both are now cooperating with the father, may not be cooperating with each other. Okay. At least we're not blaspheming each other. But we know that he has a different understanding, I'm serving Prabhupada in this way, he is serving. So this is again cooperation. More better will be, yes, when there will be a nice discussion among each other. So, but Prabhupada said this is not always possible. Like we see that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj had the Gaudiya Math, Srila Prabhupada had the ISKCON. So now many times ISKCON and Gaudiya Math, but both of us are working for Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj only. So even though there can be some philosophical here and there, or not philosophical, or philosophical also, okay. Like Prabhupada may focus on book distribution and reading the books, and Bhaktisiddhanta he also focuses, but his gurus, the down the line, they may focus on something else. So both are okay. Both are trying to please the Gurudev. So then somebody speculates, see, they are having differences, and so they are not cooperating. Again, it's a speculation. So knowledge versus speculation. This requires little maturity actually. So people can have difference of opinion and they can still respect each other. Like somebody can say, you should not be proud. Prabhupada writes a letter, you should be proud, whatever you're doing. And you should also respect others. That their service is also very important. It's not that only but I should be proud, whatever I do. Yes, I'm doing so much for Srila Prabhupada or Krishna. So then the knowledge has to be clearly understood. Otherwise, many times in the name of, you can say, being nice with everyone, everything, then we make everything slow and steady, slow and not moving only. And we don't understand karna kya is yahan pe. Like Gandhi's philosophy. If Britishers slap you here, you put your this cheek also. They can slap here also. No, this is wrong thing. So knowledge also has a cutting edge. Knowledge also has a cutting edge. That here knowledge will behave in this way, here knowledge will behave in this way. So we have to understand how to utilize it by mature guidance. Now, if you see strictness and lenience, these two things which we are discussing right now. So, like many times we hear we should be strict to oneself and lenient to other, but this applies only to the Vaishnavism actually, or especially those who are motivators. So in Vaishnava sect, actually, one can be strict to oneself and one can be lenient to others. We allow people to grow slowly. And then when it comes to monarch, now Vaishnavism is a spiritual society, but still there are materials. We also follow the social norms. When there is a monarch means everything is strict. King will also be strict, and he will expect that everyone, Brahmana should follow this strictly, Kshatriya should follow this strictly, Vaishya should follow this strictly, Sudras they live like that. But these three sections should follow strictly. So therefore strictness is must in monarch. So we cannot say that no, one should be strict to oneself and lenient. No, it does not happen there. Then dictatorship or barbaric king, they are strict to others and to oneself they are lenient. Means they will drink and be merry, just जो भी करेंगे करेंगे, but दूसरों के बोले, hey, you should not do this. If you do like this, I will kill you. So dictatorship or barbaric ship like the Mughals or British, all these people, they are having a lot of sense gratification in their life, but to others they used to be very strict. And then democracy. Now democracy is there. No strictness. Leniency for everyone. Government made by everyone for everyone. No goal, no aim of life, nothing. So this is the thing actually. Strictness and leniency. So we should understand in what kind of ruling, what kind of principle is followed. And because monarch was there, everything was very strict. If somebody goes wrong, then he has to pay the price for that. Like that. Then if you find again the independence and rules also in a similar way. Now, like if the process is Vaishnavism or motivation, we are helping, inspiring people to take to path of devotional service. So independence is more in, and rules are less. Like we can chant holy name, we can dance, we can eat prasad. Not too many rules. Too many rules like Brahmanas used to do so many rituals. Shat karma nipro vipro mantra tantra visharada. Like we have Hari Bhakti Vilas, so many rules, but Prabhupada did not give so many rules. So devotional service anyone can follow, even child can follow. Not many rules, independence more. In king monarch system, the independence was more in Sattva Guna. Means the people have to be in knowledge. and they are free in that way. Like Brahmanas were respected a lot in the monarchy system. And whosoever follows the rule, they were really respected. And rules were also very too many. Too many rules were there. In dictatorship, barbaric king, then independence was less for the people, and rules were high. Too many rules. And again, democracy, more independence is there in rajas and tamas activities. If you want to drink, enjoy, be merry, just do it without any restriction. And no rules. Rules है ही नहीं. ये कोई follow नहीं करता उसको. Nothing like that. So we can see that how these things applies actually. So again, according to the process, according to the ruling, what we want to attain through that, we apply these things, the strictness and lenience. It's not like a blank statement when one can give. It cannot be like that. Now the question comes: why to strictly follow the principles of devotional service in all? Strictly, why one should follow? So then this comes in the third canto, 26th chapter, 27th verse. वैकारिकाद् विकुर्वाणां मनस्तत्त्वम् अजायत यत् संकल्प विकल्पाभ्याम वर्तते काम संभव. The mind has a nature. This is speaking about the mind. How the mind is generated. Mind कैसे आया? Mind came by false ego in mode of goodness. So when false ego got transformed in mode of goodness, the mind was generated or mind was born. So now mind was manastattvam ajayat. Okay. Now what is the nature of mind? Sankalpa vikalpabhyam. Determination and rejection. Mind becomes sometimes determined and sometimes it rejects. Vartate kama sambhava. How it happens? So mind likes some desire, kama, and he dislikes some desire. And that is why the mind plays with the desires, actually. See, the mind was created in mode of goodness. The false ego in mode of goodness, mind was created. But when mind got filled with lot of desire, material desire, it became degenerated from goodness to passion, passion to ignorance because of desires. That's why Bhagavad Gita mentions that one should like sthita pragyasya. तो प्रजाहाति यदा कामान सर्वं पार्थ मनोगतान. प्रजाहाति यदा कामान, सारे काम, all the sense gratificatory desires should be out from the mind. Then that person focuses only on the Atma and he becomes Isita Pragya. But that is very difficult. And without taking out all the desires from the mind, how can mind be peaceful or controlled? It's not possible. But the formula says that this is the way. ऐसे ही करना है. And that's why the Arjuna in 6th chapter Bhagavad Gita says to Krishna, Krishna, I'm a family person. I'm also administrator. I have so many things to be done. And you say that you follow the yoga, control the mind. It's very difficult. So many desires are there in the mind. Some routine desires, some plannings are there, some anger is there. How can vacate the mind? Not possible. Even by yoga. So that's correct. So it is not actually possible to vacate the mind. So this is what purport writes Prabhupada. The symptom of the mind are determination and rejection, which are due to different kinds of desires. So just understand, mind is filled with the desires means it cannot be controlled. Material desires मतलब उससे भरा है तो control. So Prabhupada mentions that here, just you see, the material mind is not fixed. Why it is not fixed? Because it is filled with material desires. And material desires means the mind will either go for determination or rejection. Okay. Now, whatever is favorable for sense gratification, mind will accept. What is not favorable, mind will reject. And so mind is always pendulum, going here and there, because some desires will be favorable, some will not. And so it cannot be controlled. So therefore, mind is simply hovering on the desires. Now, it is mentioned that material mind is not fixed, but the same mind can be fixed when engaged in activities of Krishna consciousness. So what is that activity of Krishna consciousness? Prabhupada in one lecture he says, if you always desire to spread Krishna consciousness, then what happens? Already we have so many desires that we want to grow, we want to help someone. But how to do in a perfect way, that is helping Krishna conscious movement to grow. So Prabhupada says that at that time, you can always be Krishna conscious. Again, desires we are not taking out. We cannot vacate the mind. But yoginam api sarvesham yadgatena antaratmana श्रद्धावान भजते यो माम समय युक्त तमो mata. Krishna says, Arjuna, even though you are not able to control your mind, but you are best yogi because you are always remembering me. So best yogi is not one who can vacate the mind, but who can always remember Krishna. And Prabhupada says that is only possible for all of us if we try to take a mission of Krishna consciousness and always remain engaged in that. So then mind will be filled with such kind of desire. What I can do for Krishna, for everyone. Again, preaching is not only giving knowledge. Preaching is also to make flower garland. Preaching is also again to cook for the people. So always thinking how the Krishna consciousness can be spread through knowledge, through cooking, through service, in many ways. So in this way, mind can be uh, fixed up. And he's mentioned, it is stated that whose mind is not fixed in Krishna consciousness must hover between acceptance and rejections. However, advanced a man is in academic qualification because he is having material desires. So he cannot have one focus attention. He will always be sometimes determined, sometimes rejecting. As long as he is not fixed in Krishna consciousness, he simply accept and reject and will never be able to fix his mind on particular subject matter. So as we are discussing here, why we should follow strictly, this is the reason. Because strictly means, okay, my mind is now vacate or it is going to desire something. So immediately take up Krishna conscious activity and start following. So one understand, I have to hear, I have to wake up early in the morning, and waking up early in the morning is very, very important because that will help the mind to be controlled through sound vibration. And that time mind is very calm, cool, collected, that can be controlled. At that time is very favorable controlling time. And then we can just absorb a lot of sound vibration. And then one always remain alert. Now my mind is empty, what I should be doing. So that's why one has to follow strictly. No, let me engage my mind, otherwise it will take me away. So mind makes us totally mad. And this is a time we know that modern times people are suffering from mental illness or mental agonies. Children especially and elders also. Lot of social media's problems means all this mental only. Like डिटर्मिनेशन एंड देन रिजेक्शन वाला काम, ये सब कुछ हो रहा है आजकल, बच्चों में भी हो रहा है, बड़ों में भी हो रहा है. Their mind are totally restless. Like one of the principal we distribute Bhagavad Gita, he was saying कि in night I am sleeping, but I am too much emotional, I am not able to sleep. My mind is just not making me sleep. It is just taking from one episode to another episode. So why this is happening? Again, same thing, acceptance, rejection. So one has to strictly follow devotional service. If one thinks, चलो अब एक दिन कथा सुनते हैं, अगले दिन मन करेगा तो सुनेंगे. No. If we do like that, we cannot get strong determination in devotional service, and then our mind will take us to material desire, and then material desire means sankalpa vikalpa. Always, we cannot sleep. So that's why the Shastra mentioned to follow. So like discipline. Okay, we'll go fast. How much time I have? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Yeah, you can go ahead, Prabhu. It's 8:10, so we still have like 20-30 minutes, Prabhu. We can 20 minutes.
Okay. So now you
And then
see
question.
here, as a disciple, so when we want to say why we should follow strictly, disciple means discipline. The word discipline comes from disciple. Srila Prabhupada says this thing. So unless one is disciplined, unless there is discipline, there is no question of disciple. And the discipline should be uniform. Therefore, Prabhupada made a uniform rule. In all temples, uniform rule. All should wake up, all should follow the same process. Mangal Arti, then Narsimha Arti, Tulsi Arti, then Japa, then Guru Puja. Then there's a Bhagavatam class, then there's a Prasadam. So this is like uniform. Then people go for Sevas, then again come for Gaur Arti, then Tulsi Arti, then again Krishna book, and then drinking milk, and then finish the day. So like that. So you find quite regulated lifestyle given in the temple, and one should also follow to the extent possible at home. But whatever one follows, one should be determined that yes, I will follow this thing. Every day it should happen, because then again, otherwise mind becomes restless after some time. Shishya comes from sas dhatu. Sas means three things. Sas means sasan. From sas come three things. Sasan, that is governance, and then शास्त्र, and then शस्त्र. तो सास धातु से तीन चीज आता है, शासन, शस्त्र, शास्त्र. All these three meaning means ruling only. So one can be ruled through government, one can be ruled through Shastra, one can be ruled through Shastra. Astra means the weapon. So this, so therefore Prabhupada mentioned that one should rule oneself with the rules. We know the story of Upamanyu, how Upamanyu he was trained in Gurukula. So Upamanyu, when he came to Gurukula, the Gurudev said, "You are becoming very fat. So whatever you are getting after begging from the people, you bring it to and give it to me." So then Upamanyu he used to go and beg and give it to Guru. Then Guru saw again you are too much fatty. Why you are too much fatty? Are you eating anywhere? He said, Gurudev, after begging for you, and then again I go for begging for myself. So Guru said, hey, you should not do that. You should not beg for yourself. You are cutting the quota of others because they are also going for begging. Why you are again begging? You should not beg again. So then so okay, Gurudev. So then again the Gurudev saw he was very fat. Gurudev said, hey, what you're doing? Are you drinking something or eating something? He said, Gurudev, I take cows for grazing, na? So then I drink milk of cow. Again, you should not drink milk without my permission. You should give milk to me. Okay, Gurudev. So then he gave the milk. Again, Gurudev saw he was again fatty. He said, hey, why you're fatty again? Gurudev, whatever milk is for calf, I drink that milk. That is for calf. That is not for you. You should not drink that milk. Okay, Gurudev. So like that, he became, all his options were closed. And then he was very hungry one day. And then he was walking and then he ate some leaves because he was very hungry. And then because of that leaves were poisonous and he became blind and he fell into a well. And all the children in Gurukula, they came in the evening back to the Gurukula and then they were finding, oh, where is this Upamanyu? Then it was told to Gurudev. Gurudev went outside and he found he was in the well. And he said to Upamanyu, Upamanyu, I have taught you Rig Veda mantra. Now chant that mantra, call Ashwini Kumaras and get your eyes and come back. Gurudev left and he called the Ashwini Kumar. And Ashwini Kumar appeared and they said, we are very happy with you, pleased with you. Now you eat this cake. Upamanyu said, no, 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 no. Without offering, I will not eat. First I have to offer to Gurudev, then only I can eat. I cannot eat. So then they became very happy. Okay, now you have learned the lesson. So we are very happy. We bless you that you have your eyes. And Upamanyu then came out. So this story teaches very important thing. What are those? Reflection from Upamanyu's story. Following Guru is must. Obedience is the first law of discipline. Prabhupada many times says. One learns self-control and discipline by following one's Guru's instructions sincerely and seriously. Second is temptations are everywhere. No one can be safe. It's not going to be easy to control one's senses, but if one tries to follow, it is possible. Pleasing Guru is our purpose. Sense gratification is not purpose unless we keep our purpose. Pleasing Guru or Krishna is our purpose. We know that yes, prasadat, bhagat prasadat. We cannot be determined in our lives. And then God is pleased when we please Guru. Only through the via medium of Guru, one happens to know and please God. One cannot please God directly. One has to please one's Guru first. Education begins with the control of senses first. So this was what education system in previous time. Actually, Prabhupada says education was so nice in previous time. One Brahmana, he will sit anywhere and he will call some children and start teaching because he was so much learned. He will teach and then out of reciprocation, these children will go to homes, other homes, and they will beg something and they'll bring to this Brahmana and give to him. And this Brahmana will cook and then he will give to the children also, he will give to the family also. Prabhupada used to say this was the system, selfless, free cost, no cost, फ्री एजुकेशन था और वो एजुकेशन में एकदम प्रॉपर नॉलेज लर्नड व्यक्ति आके नॉलेज दे रहा है फ्री में नॉलेज दे रहा है और उसको भी अपना खाना पीना हो गया सबको हो गया कृपा से दिस वाज एजुकेशन so actually we went to one school and then and we were distributing Bhagavad Gita so then teachers were saying principal nowadays too much issues with the children they're not listening and so many issues children are not listening and now government in India also they have banned any punishment now teacher cannot punish children so because of that what is happening the children are becoming more they're taking benefit of this rule and they're not listening to their parents or to the parents also they're not listening And teacher also, they are not listening because nobody can punish. Now parents can punish, but again they say to parents, if you punish na, I will go. And they know where is mausi ka ghar kidhar hai, mami ka ghar. They can run away. They will catch the train. They know in mobile किधर से टिकट बुक करना, सब बुक करके निकल के भाग सकते हैं बच्चे. आजकल के बच्चे बहुत शैतान हो गए. So this is happening. So why this is happening? Because the last statement, education begins with the control of senses first. Because they're not educated properly. Like Upamanyu was given education first of sense control. He has no other option that he can run away to home or complain to his parents, oh, my Gurudev is torturing me. No. Education begins with the first sense control. Then he can follow strictly anything. Otherwise, not possible. Education is not simply cramming the things and vomiting the things. No. Education is sense control. Beginning with that. That is why, so I said to the teachers, why? Because your education institutes are charging so much, so high. They felt a little offended. But I said, just see, you are also parents of someone. All the time when we were children, we used to hear from our parents, oh, we have to educate our children, so much money is required. So why parents are working so hard just to educate them? And you are the people who are opening the institute, so costly institute where their children can come. So then they said, why don't they teach their children or educate their children in the government schools? So I said, why they should go there? Because the whole understanding is the private schools who are charging more, they are better schools. So they will bring to the better school after working hard. Correct. So then this understanding is also foolish understanding, but that has also been floated in the society. So teachers, many schools are opening and costly schools, and then they want to give job to so many people. So it has now become a institute for giving jobs, institute for earning money from the parents. It's not now education. Education hoga hi nahi. So that is why the whole education system is corrupted in this way, and so the education is not happening and children are becoming unruly. They're not listening to anyone, and whole future thing will be disturbed. Yahi ho raha hai. Now somebody can say, oh, I have never come to institute for rolling chapati. I've come here to learn something. So this is also important. Training means one should know about the Lord and serve him, being situated in mode of goodness. Okay, one can roll chapati, one can do some hard work. So now I'm coming to the more. So previously I said sense control has to be there. Second, now here, ultimately training means what? Like Krishna mentions in 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, any yagya you do, it should elevate one to the transcendental knowledge. In the similar way, any training, it should convince a person that I am very happy in this way of lifestyle and I want to continue it throughout. So what is that? That lifestyle is mode of goodness lifestyle. So training has to be given so that a person can get situated in mode of goodness. That is what training means. Not simply work hard, and then he's lost. No. And not simply speculation or learning and then speculating and nothing, no service. No. So therefore, training means first control the senses and then the person has to be given knowledge. And he has to be situated in mode of goodness, because unless one is a Brahmana, one cannot be Vaishnava. So Brahmana means one has to be situated in a mode of goodness. So training means the bringing one to the mode of goodness through the knowledge, through sense control, through practices, through qualities. That is the training. So in our Krishna consciousness, this is a training, meaning of training. Some people say, I am for so many years in Krishna consciousness. But have you got the training? Training means even if you are left alone, what you do? Do you hear? Do you attend Mangalarti? Do you chant your rounds? Do you speak to someone? Do you convince someone Krishna? Do you give someone Krishna consciousness? Do you cook and offer to Krishna? So this is a feeling of that pleasure of that life of Krishna consciousness. That is a training. That is the meaning of training, actually. Training does not mean simply doing the work when our superiors are there, and when they are gone, then we are in our own life. No, it means training has not become mature. Okay, now we are going to another. So now we have discussed why we should be strict and how it can be. Now the failure, as in that purport, Aditi, failure in spiritual life she was not failure because she followed faithfully. So now we are discussing about the faith here. We are going to end now up with this. So failure in spiritual life is due to lack of faith and lack of practice. ठीक है, तो पहला पार्ट हमने देख लिया, हमें स्ट्रिक्टली फॉलो करना, वी हैव टू फॉलो स्ट्रिक्टली, एंड हाउ इट कैन बी डन, वी हैव टू एंगेज आवर माइंड, ट्राई टू एंड गेट ट्रेन्ड and engage our mind fully in Krishna consciousness, taking association of devotees. Now this is another thing is more than that, is this is also most important. What is that? Faith, Shraddha. So how that is that? So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Asraddhana purusha dharma asyasya parantapa aprapya mam nivartante mrityu sansara vartmani. Anyone who does not have faith in my devotional service, he cannot attain me, and they come back to material world. So see here, dharma means the dharma of devotional service. Asraddha, he does not have faith. The Prabhupada says the faithless cannot accomplish this process of bhakti. That is the purport of this verse. Faith is created by association of devotees. Very, very important. Association of devotees creates the faith. How? Association of devotees in Krishna consciousness, or we are associating with devotees in devotional service. That is called association. Association गप्पा सप्पा मार दिया, वो association नहीं होता है. Or gossiping or something like some loose talk or some just physical proximity, that is not association. Association means what? Here it's clearly mentioned. Association means we are doing devotional learning, devotional activities together, and thus we are inspired by such activity, and we're inspiring others. So that creates the faith. So as we are hearing here from Acharya's statement, so that is creating faith in us. Yes, this is the way we have to cultivate bhakti. Unfortunate people, even after hearing all the evidence of Vedic literature from great personalities, still have no faith in God. They are hesitant and cannot stay fixed in bhakti. Thus, faith is most important factor for progress in Krishna consciousness, Prabhupada says. Even though after hearing from Vedic literature, they are not having faith. Why they are not having faith? Because they are not sufficiently associating with devotees. And see, when we are associating with devotees, once again, as I mentioned in previous slides, fruitive activity, desire for fruitive activities and speculation, one should give up. Otherwise, even association cannot change anyone. How? So he says, Prahlad Maharaj, Matirna Krishne paratah swato va mito bhipadyet grahavratanam adant govir visitantam ishnam punah punah charvita charvananam. He says that Matirna Krishna, you cannot, my father, you cannot have Mati in Krishna. Why? Because you're grahavartana. You are too much fruitive in your life. You cannot get out from here unless Mahatpad Rajobhishekam, you forcefully take, you force yourself to take, voluntarily you take the dust of lotus feet of the pure devotee on your head. I will only follow them. I will not follow my own desires, own speculation. Then you can be bhakta. Otherwise not possible. So many times the beginners in bhakti, they just think they have heard big lectures, they're very expert, and then they start speculating and they listen no one, and they give so many expert advices to others. You should do like this, but they don't have proper training. And so after so much they see that okay, nothing is working, then they leave Krishna consciousness. So it's mentioned here in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said the faith, that faith which is important, that faith is a complete conviction that simply by serving the Supreme Lord. So what is that faith? Saddha sabde viswas kahe sudrida nischay Krishna bhakti kaile sarva karma krita hai. By doing Krishna bhakti, all my duties are fulfilled. Now nothing else has to be done. I should do all my duties in Krishna consciousness. That is the real faith. That is what is mentioned. With this faith, one can continue one's devotional service all life long. But if some other faith is there, what other faith? All are doing bhakti, I can also do. It is good, but this cannot continue for long. Because then the devotee, sometimes the devotee is becoming angry. The devotee is becoming angry. What kind of bhakta are you? You are becoming angry. So then such kind of faith will not keep them lifelong. So therefore, the faith has to be, now Prabhupada mentions. Now the development of that faith is the process of Krishna consciousness. There are three divisions of Krishna conscious mind. In the third class faith or third class person have no faith. Even if they are officially engaged in bhakti, they cannot achieve the highest perfectional stage. most probably they will sleep after some time. So they cannot attend because they don't have, they're officially engaged. They're not heartily engaged. They're not properly taking association. They may become engaged, but because they haven't complete conviction and faith, it is difficult for them to continue in Krishna consciousness. We have practical experience in discharging our missionary activity that some people come and apply themselves to Krishna consciousness with some hidden motive. As soon as they are economically a little well situated, they give up the process and take to the old ways again. It is only by the faith that one can advance in Krishna consciousness. As far as the development of faith is concerned, one who is well versed in the literature of bhakti, devotion service, and has attained the stage of firm faith is called first class person. So what is that? Well versed in the literature of devotional service. So here we are learning one thing, attaining the faith by the association of devotees, hearing from them, serving with them. But here Prabhupada mentions how that faith, what are the category of faith? So that faith has to be in literatures, devotional service literatures. Means one has to read Shastra very scrutinizingly, very intelligently. One has to see from all angles, understand it, means understand it properly. And in the second class are those who are not very advanced in understanding the devotional scriptures and who automatically have faith in Krishna Bhakti, but they're not very advanced in devotional literature. But they still read the literature, but they're not very well versed in the literature. Yes. Krishna service to Krishna is the best course, and so in the good faith have taken it up. Thus they are superior to the third class, who are neither perfect knowledge of the scripture nor good faith by the association. So neither the third class person does not have faith by good association, and he does not have knowledge of the scripture. Okay. The second class person has less of knowledge but more faith by association, and the first class means he has good knowledge and good faith. Okay. The third class person in Krishna consciousness may fall down, but when one is in second class, he does not fall down. For the first class, there is no chance for falling down. One in the first class will surely make progress and achieve result at the end. As far as the third class person in Krishna consciousness is concerned, although he has faith in the conviction that devotional service to Krishna is good, he has not yet gained adequate knowledge of the Krishna through the scriptures like Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. Sometimes these third class persons in Krishna consciousness have some tendency towards Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga, and sometimes they are disturbed. But as soon as infection of Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga is vanquished, they become second class or first class devotees. So, what is the disturbance? The material desires, which are tinged with some speculation or some kind of fruitive activities. So, these things can corrupt the bhakti process in them. Okay. And so, the first class attachment, the second class attachment, third class attachment also explained in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, so this is basically neophytes and Madhyama and Uttama in one sense to be said. So like that. Okay, so here I pause for question. Anyone now?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you so much for Prabhu, such a nice class and simple and yet very instructive. Dear devotees, if you have any questions, please go ahead and ask questions. I see some in the chat. Summarize the class he speaks of. Okay. I'm trying to see if there is any raised hands. I don't see any. Dear devotees, if you have any questions, please go ahead and unmute yourself. Oh yeah, I see Sudhakar Prabhuji has a question. Prabhu, go ahead, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Actually, I just
Yes.
joined late, almost 5 minutes before only. But one point I would like to contemplate more. You said about the faith, the third class persons or this one. Yes, I'm trying with my children, to tell you honestly. There is nothing like that. I try to tell them. So can you give me some practical tips, like a simple thing where I can impress my children? I'm trying, but it may take some time. But at the end, there is no time for any living being. The time is fixed, you know that one. So if you can help us, at least me, so that where I can tell my children, they are grown up. Now they are not a child, though I call children, but they're grown up. But it will help me, to try to, at one point of the time, bring to the Krishna consciousness, Prabhuji. So in that context, I'm asking this question to you.
Okay. For children, according to Chanakya Pandit and Srila Prabhupada, they say that they should be disciplined till the age of 16, and after 16, they should be treated like a friend. Hmm. So that is the way to train them. Hmm. And the more one disciplines, the more good qualities are developed in children, and the more one becomes lenient till the age of 16, the more they bahavo dosha, too many faults are developed. Now the systems are changing in modern times actually. Though these are the Shastric statements, many parents they feel that if you become too strict, then what happens? Then children are become broken. Actually, this is again. I gave one lecture in schools. So now we are doing school Bhagavad Gita distribution in India. So I gave one lecture, uh, basically seminar, where I was focusing our devotional principle actually begins with a hearing. Any child, he wants to do something. He is doing with certain kind of knowledge, certain kind of thinking inside. We also were, when we were non-devotees, when we became devotees, what was the turning point actually? How we became devotees? Because we gained the knowledge from Gurudev. We heard from scriptures, we heard from Guru, and then we change our consciousness. Yes, I should be doing work in this way. Why not I am chanting? Why not I am listening from Prabhupada or some Gurudev? So we change our life by hearing. In the similar way, I told the teachers, see, because children are not given holy sound vibration from the Vedic literature, the more they get such vibration, immediately their mind becomes captured by such sound vibration. Because sabdat hi anuvritta. It is said that the whole creation has been done through sabda. So anavritti, sabda hi anavritti hi. So through sound, this creation is unfolding, and through sound, this creation is again finished. It can be finished. So by chanting holy name, we can go back to Godhead. And by increasing too many material sounds in the books, material sounds in the whole world spread, the people become materialistic, and then they elongate their life in material world. So this sound is so important. Our whole process is Shruti. The Shruti, the Vedic name, the Vedas are called Shruti, means we have to hear. Shraddhadhana Purusha. So we have to hear with Shraddha, with the faith, those transcendental knowledge. And when we hear with that faith, with submission, oral reception, then that knowledge brings out some change in us. And we should also curtail the wrong things, like Prabhupada gave four regulatory principles. So asat sang tyagi yehi Vaishnavachar. So it is said it's not so important to learn many things good, but it's most important not to become contaminated by bad association. As we are learning here, faith is created by good association. But if somebody is already in bad association too much, so one should try to somehow distract them from bad to good. वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. जितने भी अच्छी क्वालिटीज आते हैं अच्छे संग में आते हैं, अच्छे लोगों के विचारों से आते हैं. So we should see, okay, we want to train children, and we know that everything can come from hearing. When the hearing comes, then their knowledge, understanding changes slowly, slowly. I have a nice video. One child, there was a big tree, it fell down, and then the minister, that video shows that minister's assistant is saying ki, minister, we can go to the other car, from other car we can go to our place. This work is not going to solve, so better go. And then police person is just snoring, thinking, oh, these municipality people will come and they will remove the tree from the path. One small child goes there and tries to lift the tree. Now he has no possibility to lift the tree, but still he's trying. Why he's trying? I asked the teachers, I asked children, why he's trying? From where he's gaining that confidence? Because he's heard from his mother, from some superior about such great personality who could do anything big. So he has that knowledge and he wants to apply in his life. He's a small child. He has no possibility to lift, but he still is trying. So that is why any problem, like we have lust, anger, greed, pride, envy, if you want to remove that, then first focus on our basic. What is that? Hearing. We should hear. Hear. And Bhagavatam says 75 to 80% of our anarthas can be cleared by hearing. So our children should be given ambience of sound vibration, or if not possible, then give them prasadam. Prabhupada said, by prasadam and holy name we can change many people. So create the spiritual piety in them. So prasadam they can be eating, they can be saved from the bad association by giving some moral education. Please do not go in such, this will be harmful to you. And then bringing them to the right people, right association. So by changing association, by giving them knowledge, by giving them prasadam, and by giving them love and care, also very, very important. Many times children may be put off because parents are very strict with them. See, when I'm saying here that guru should be strict, but then parents have different role than guru. That's why teaching education has to be given by guru, because familiarity breeds contempt. When parents give very strict knowledge or very strict disciplining, then children become broken. So therefore, they should give love and care, and there should also be some other person who can invest in that life of that child. That is also important. If we are not able to do, or we cannot do everything, then somebody else should invest. Like children go to school and learn, but children cannot learn at home. Very difficult. It's not possible. Actually, homeschooling is many times favored, but homeschooling में दिक्कत बहुत ज़्यादा है, because at home children become familiar, and many times they do not listen. But when they see the same category of person outside from outside home, to listen, they cannot run away. So that is why we should understand the laws, how the world is working, and how much I can do. I think it's okay.
Yeah, I think I got your point. On what I learned, or what I also feel is association. If they have the good friends or the right, like-minded or at least inclined friends, probably that can trigger the Krishna conscious. Thank you, Prabhuji, so much.
Krishna Mataji. Mataji, please go ahead, Mataji. Shamagori Mataji. There's disturbance.
Hare
Okay.
Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Shri Vishnu Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very, very wonderful class, Prabhuji. Very nice presentation and, stories like how the Guru was giving discipline to his disciple, like not to eat before Guru. So that was very nice, Prabhuji, but nowadays it's very difficult to give discipline, and we ourselves are not so disciplined. So what to speak of others? So how to put that in our practice day-to-day life?
Actually, previously the environment was Satuguna, mode of goodness. So applying discipline was very easy previously. So like there has to be ambience, and then discipline can be applied. Now the ambience is passion and ignorance. Everyone is convinced of enjoyment. I can enjoy by exercising my senses, by speculating, by working hard. So the whole scenario has got changed now. Now in this scenario, how to bring back to all such a hard discipline, strong discipline, which is not immediately easy, ये possible नहीं है. तो फिर देखो शिला प्रभुपाद hoped that Harir Naam eva kevalam. We should try to engage our mind, senses, intelligence in Krishna consciousness, not letting them free, going away here and there. So therefore the schedule, like everyone, either Matajis or Prabhujis, they should have some preaching engagement, they should have some service engagement, they should have sadhana engagement. When we have to hear class every day, it should continue. So then what happens? Then we will find that discipline appearing in our life, because we met Upamanyu was a small child, but now we are grown up now. So now let us follow the rules, or at least जितना भी possible करते रहो. Devotional practice कोई more and more strengthening. And when it is very, very important, when we hear from people who are practicing, they give us that faith. Yes. Like when we eat something nutritious, something powerful, we get strength. Same applies for hearing. Our consciousness becomes dull as the days progress, we are working. But when we hear, we are again awakened. And that awakening brings some new inspiration, new what we have heard earlier, we might have forgotten. But when we again hear, then we remember those things. Arey, mere ko karna tha, bhul gaya main. I am not hearing now. Now I should hear Bhagavatam every day. So we need to be reminded again, again, again. That is what. So all the time. And especially Prabhupada and Srimad Bhagavatam mentioned, Achirena. If we hear for a long time, try to hear. Okay, ठीक है. अगर hearing भी नहीं हो रहा तो हरे कृष्णा जप करिए. Long time के लिए, if we absorb ourselves either in kirtan or chanting holy name, then what happens? That brings a great amount of advancement. Long time के लिए थोड़ा करना है. Or we always cherish some life experiences when we have heard for long time from our Gurudev, or we have read for long time. We remember those. अरे कितना अच्छा लगता था पढ़ना लंबे समय के लिए. So again, let us bring those events in our life once again. So devotional life is not artificial, but only thing what is happening, until we situate ourselves in goodness and try to go beyond goodness, we will be always coming down, down, down. आते रहेगी, ऊपर नीचे होता रहेगा हमारा. So therefore, नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर भवति नैष्टिकी. Once the भक्ति भवति नैष्टिकी, एक बार निष्ठा में आ गया भक्ति, उसके बाद वो नीचे नहीं आता है, वो एकदम निष्ठा के बराबर हो जाता है. तो जब तक निष्ठा पे नहीं आता है, तब तक हम अप एंड डाउन करते रहेंगे, अप एंड डाउन.
Yeah.
Yes. So that has to come. So bhakti is a devotional scientific process actually. It has to come to certain stage where it will not go down. And that stage is tada rajas tamo bhava kama lobha dayasche chet aitarena vidham visitam sattve prasidati. Once one is situated in sattva, and when the calm and lobha, they are still there, but they are now subdued by mode of goodness. So now mode of goodness is more prominent. At that time, the person starts relishing really the spiritual life. तो जब तक वो नहीं आ जाता, तब तक हमें मेहनत करना ही पड़ेगा.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Radha Damodar Prabhuji, please go ahead with your question, Prabhu. After that, I'll go with some chat questions are there.
Thank you. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So, Prabhuji, you mentioned about being faithful to the gurus and their instructions and everything. So, that's all nice. But throughout our life, we come across various Shiksha gurus, right? And over a period of time, we find that some of them are changed, during the course of time. And how do we still, and in a bad, not in the positive
some of
way.
the marking I could not hear.
Some of them might have changed in their
Actually,
stand.
I think my background music is too much, na?
Yeah, it's okay. Can you hear me now?
Let me actually hear some kirtan is going on. Let me tell them to lessen the sound. Let me tell them. Yes, Prabhu, I have told them to lessen the sound. Yes, Prabhu, you can say. I understood the Siksha Guru. You are saying we have lot of many Siksha Gurus.
Yeah. So over a period of time, you would know, we might see some of them have changed over a period of time, in a wrong way or anything, So our faith starts shaking on some of them, right? How do we still maintain our integrity and all these things?
Yes, very nice question. Okay, so see, again, Krishna consciousness is not a cult. Cult means what? It is some person's own practice inspires us. That is inspiring. Okay, very good. But if he is not there, then shall we go ahead? Because we have taken initiation from a spiritual master. We have promised him that we will follow you, my dear spiritual master. You may give one Siksha Guru, another Siksha Guru, and they may come and go. But they are like helping hand for us so that we can go ahead, like that. Prabhupada says, you should not be amazed if somebody falls down or changes something, somewhere goes. You should be amazed that some people are still continuing. Because in material world, this is a fight. This is a fight actually. So you find in the border, in the where there is fight in armies are fighting, some people die. Okay, like from opposite people, they then kill the person. So if the people die and we are also fighting, then what we should think? Are he is dead now? I think we cannot win. No, the person becomes more spirited. Oh, this person became dead. Now I will not become dead, and I will fight now. Then we should not give up. We should continue because we also have to fight, and we have all have to fly our own plane. Actually, this is a whole understanding. No, all are giving us encouragement, inspiration, knowledge, so that we come to a raga bhakti or spontaneous devotional service where nobody will force us later. So process is true, but because of not achieving that rung of success, that ladder rung, people are sometimes going down or they are going away. But we should understand from the Shastra ki ek bar mein, once I reach here, then my advancement is fixed now, and then I will not fall down. So one should, with that determination, one should fight in process of devotional service. That's Maya is attacking from so many guns and so many bombs. Now so many people are going away, but I should not go. I am I will fight. I will kill. Like even materialist actually, they say so many things. We should never give up fighting. We should never give up. Means failure means when you give up working. That is called failure. It's not that when you get the bad result, that is a failure. So bad result means people may fall down. That is a bad result. But when we give up, that is a real failure. We should never give up. We should understand from Shastra. That's why it's mentioned. When we learn the Shastra properly, then we have faith. Shastra, Krishna says here, and Krishna mentions in that purport also. If you have faith in the Shastra given by Krishna, yes, it's a process of devotion service. It is authentic process. It is a sure going to make me successful. I just listen from Prabhupada. If I am not able to concentrate on anyone, just listen from Prabhupada. Pure Vani, pure, no adulteration, and then have a complete faith. Bas, ho jayega. Chinta nahi hai. Because next life, I have not seen, you have not seen. Many things in future we have not seen. Only seeing through hearing is possible. केवल सुन के ही हमें समझ में आ सकता है कि नेक्स्ट लाइफ क्या है, वेयर इज स्पिरिचुअल वर्ल्ड, वेयर इज मटीरियल वर्ल्ड, हु इज अ माया देवी, हु इज अ कृष्णा. So these all facts can be known through hearing. And Krishna mentions in Bhagavad Gita itself, those who want to find me, I am never lost for them. So we have to find Krishna through faith, through hearing, and Krishna is never lost. So Krishna is a very great, you can say, solace for all of us that Krishna has spoken Bhagavad Gita. Krishna has himself come and acted 5,000 years ago. So it is giving us solace that Krishna is there. And there are devotees of Krishna so advanced. Not today, not tomorrow. Maybe after some lives will become advanced devotees. No issue. But ladte raho. Our mission is never dead. Life after life will fight against Maya and will go back to Godhead. But to have trust, this is possible. Read scriptures, hear from self-realized soul like Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev, and then we can march ahead in our journey for success, journey for self-realization. It is possible.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Jyoti Mataji, please unmute yourself and let me see us to unmute. Can you unmute your Mataji? Should I?
Ji Mataji, Hare Krishna to you and my humble obeisances to you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances at dust of your lotus feet. Prabhuji, you mentioned two statements. One was when we do bhakti and when we are not forced to do bhakti. Like we are at the start, we are being given some instructions, right? Then we take initiation. Then we are bound to do it. Like we can't avoid it. We are committed in front of our Guru Maharaj. Then there are some ups and downs. So, but then there is no liking, matlab, um, we don't like doing chanting. And then we start liking chanting, and we are not ready to give up chanting. At any cost, we want to protect it. So, what is this? This is that stage, or what is it? Like, we are doing our own sadhana. We are not dependent on anyone for our sadhana. And we are attached also. So, what is it? Is this somewhere near about?
So you are not able to, you're saying you're attached to chanting?
हाँ मतलब चैंटिंग आराम से होती है तो मतलब ऐसे स्टार्टिंग में व्हेन वी आर इनिशिएटेड वी आर बाउंड टू डू लाइक करना पड़ेगा नाउ इट इज
हाँ
नॉट
हाँ
लाइक दैट अभी और एक्स्ट्रा एक्स्ट्रा करते हैं एक्स्ट्रा मतलब सुबह उठने का भी उतना वो नहीं रहता कि अभी उठना है at the beginning it was like because there was no understanding about what exactly was going on and still I don't know what exactly is going on but there is this transition happen my question was the another question was you mentioned that there is that there will be a point where the knowledge will transit to realization right so I wanted to know when the realize if I want intense realizations what exactly I should do with my knowledge because knowledge is day in day out what we see hear and practice so
Okay.
what exactly happens to the realization because we are getting the knowledge we know only one thing that we are not this body and we are soul but for the transaction there are so many factors so what exactly happens and when that realization will be intensified what I should do.
See, correct. It's a good question. So Krishna mentions in 12 point, Bhagavad Gita he mentions 12.9, Abhyas yogena tato mam ipchaptum dhananjaya. So mayyeva mana adasva may buddhi niveshaya. Mayyeva mana adasva may buddhi niveshaya. Means the mind and intelligence should be fully absorbed in Krishna. Intelligence is absorbed how Goswami says, our Goswamis, they say that intelligence means thinking or reading scriptures. Through in this way, intelligence can be absorbed in Krishna. And mind means by thinking of Krishna. So mind can be absorbed by thinking of Krishna, and intelligence by reading scriptures, many stories of Krishna, many philosophies about God. Okay, so in this way, Maye mana adasu may buddhi niveshaya. Okay, that is not happening. 24 hours not happening means we are not at bhava level. Then abhyas yogena tato mam ipchaptum dhananjaya. Here comes the main point. Then you follow regulated devotional service, but with a desire to attain Krishna. Means if I'm chanting holy name, it is easily done now. I'm waking up early, but whether the desire to attain Krishna is there or not, whether I'm feeling love for Krishna, that love is there or not, कि चलो हम कृष्ण के लिए ये करते चलो ये जो है ना ये करने वाला मैं कृष्ण के लिए कर दूं ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. Now I'm getting attracted to something beautiful, something enjoyable, something tasty. Whether that attraction has gone away, and then my attraction is कि मैं कृष्ण सबसे ज्यादा ब्यूटीफुल है, मैं कृष्ण को पहले टेस्टी चीज खिलाएंगे, कृष्ण को अच्छा लगता है, वो थॉट आ रहा है कि ये थॉट आ रहा है, ये बताता है एडवांसमेंट. Prabhupada says also, nobody has to give certificate of one's advancement. Just one has to understand how much one is free from lust. Lust means desire for enjoyment. If that is happening, yad avadhi mama chetah Krishna's padaravindaye. So Yamunacharya says that the more I am enjoying Krishna consciousness, the more my desire to enjoy opposite sex is going away. I have no desire. Means I'm doing rejecting that enjoyment. It is distaste for me. So if that is happening means we are advancing. मतलब हम बहुत ही अच्छा advancement कर रहे हैं. But if chanting is easily happening, okay, waking up happening, it's also good advancement. But माम इच्छाप्तुम धनंजय, मुझको पाने की इच्छा वो बढ़ना चाहिए. कृष्ण के प्रति इच्छा, मैं कृष्ण को प्रेम कर पा रही हूँ क्या? मैं अपने बच्चों को प्रेम कर रहे हैं, अपने घर वालों को कर रहे हैं, या कृष्ण को? वो सुपरसीड करना चाहिए. दैट हैज टू सुपरसीड एवरीथिंग. दैट मीन्स एडवांसमेंट इज हैपनिंग. बिकॉज दैट कैन ओनली कंट्रोल काम, क्रोध, लोभ, सब कंट्रोल हो जाएगा अगर ये आ जाएगा हमारे अंदर. कृष्ण को पाना है, कृष्ण को पाना है. ये थोड़ा सा पागलपन थोड़ा आना ही चाहिए. एक्चुअली यही तरीका है. इफ यू सी द मिशनरी एक्टिविटी ऑफ श्रीला प्रभुपाद, दैट इज लिटिल लाइक क्रेजीनेस ओनली, क्रेजीनेस. You have to just distribute the books. You have to just preach the holy name. You have to just preach the knowledge. Preach the knowledge. If you find all this great stalwarts of Srila Prabhupada disciples like Bhakti Tirth Maharaj, like एकदम totally, मतलब he's such a stalwart, great devotee, like but crazy for Prabhupada. ये करना, ये डांस, मतलब ये लोग क्या है. तो कभी कभी हमारे जीवन में अगर वो स्पॉन्टेनिटी नहीं भी आती है तो उसको करना चाहिए. तो प्रभुपाद जी के लिए कुछ बुक बांट के आते हैं, तो फिर जब बांटेंगे ना तब हमें रियलाइजेशन आएगा, अरे मैं प्रभुपाद के लिए कर रहा था, कितना अच्छा लगा मेरे को. तो दैट इज वाई everything becoming easy. That is very nice, but let us see now whether we are having that attachment, increasing that attachment. Okay, whether, so Prabhupada says increase this love for Krishna. By force also okay, no issue. ये न केन प्रकार है ना, ये कृष्ण के लिए थोड़ा प्रेम बढ़ा दो. कि अभी मैं इसके बारे में सोच रहे हैं, हम अभी कृष्ण के बारे में सोचेंगे. यही यही चेंज करना है. और यही करते 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 वो अगर हम उसको आदत में ढाल लें तो हम एकदम अच्छे हो जाए. बिकॉज दिस इज आवर रियल नेचुरल पोजिशन व्हेन वी लव कृष्ण, व्हेन वी सर्व कृष्ण, दैट ओनली वी हैव टू. बट हम लोग क्या है, हम लोग अपने को ढाल नहीं पाते हैं. वी बिकम लेजी इन दैट. वी से व्हाई कृष्ण. Okay, if not Krishna, then at least read scriptures. Scriptures से कृष्ण, at least chant holy name. अगर प्रेम नहीं आ रहा तो चैंटिंग कर लो, रीडिंग कर लो, कुछ या कुकिंग कर लो, भगवान के लिए गार्लैंड बना लो, चलो कुछ तो हो रहा है. लेकिन माम इच्छाप्तुम धनंजय, कृष्ण को पाने की इच्छा वो इंपॉर्टेंट है. उसमें कृष्ण अट्रैक्ट हो जाते हैं. दैट इज द वेयर कृष्ण इज हुक्ड. कृष्ण गेट्स हुक्ड कि दिस पर्सन वांट्स टू अटेन मी. बस वो हमें मिल गया तो लालसा, वो लौल्यम मिल गया तो बस. तो वो लौल्यम आगे चल के स्पॉन्टेनियस मिलता है, लेकिन अभी से भी वो जरूर. इसलिए भगवान बोल रहे हैं कि भक्ति करते करते लौल्यम को भी डेवलप करने को सीखो. या तो एक्टिविटी के द्वारा करो. प्रभुपाद बोलते थे आप हर 24 घंटे तो जप नहीं कर सकते, सेवा करते रहो. तो वो भी एक दिखाता है कि हम कृष्ण को पाना चाहते हैं. So let us see our engagement, how much we are engaged, how much lust is troubling us, anger is troubling us, whether I'm transforming everything. If we are becoming sometime very disturbed with our enjoying tendency, we should curse ourselves, Krishna, what is happening with me? मैं क्या हो रहा है मेरे जीवन में? So that is also advancement. At least we are remembering Krishna. कि भगवान ये तो बहुत गड़बड़ हो रहा है, मैं एडवांस कर रहा हूँ कि नहीं कर रहा हूँ, इतने साल हो गए मुक्त नहीं हो पाया इससे. बात सही है, माया बहुत पावरफुल है. जीसस सेज that spirit is weak, flesh is strong in this world. So we have to make ourselves stronger by prayers, by regular engagement in process of bhakti, and desiring to attain Krishna. Yes, I could
So,
answer some to some extent.
So, Prabhuji, is my understanding correct? If we intensify our service attitude, the realizations will be automatically intensified. We need not to endeavor, right? There will be a point where our body, mind, intelligence, ego will be sorted out, and they all will be working for Lord without taking care of the material things. Like there will be no connect with the material world or material thinking, feeling, all these four things. Like entire chitta is doing the work, the service, and not bothered about what will happen. So that will intensify that realization. Is my understanding correct?
Correct. a little philosophical, as you are saying. I would also add here that one should engage practically in service to the Lord. Because service is very, very
Tangible
important.
service.
Service means with hands, legs, with our physical senses, we have to engage in service. हाँ? क्या होता है, हम सबको, we are not jnanis actually, we are bhaktas. So bhaktas are more recognized by for kriya, means doing some service. हाँ? Doing some service. So this is very, very important also for us. हम सेवा करें भगवान के लिए. And then service with service attitude. Not only service attitude, but service with service attitude. If service attitude is only there and no service is there, that is a very advanced level where person is internally, that is bhava bhakti, where person is not engaging in senses, external senses ज्यादा engage नहीं करते, but वो अंदर ही अंदर भगवान को प्रेम करते हैं. वो अलग चीज है, बहुत हाई है वो.
No, tangible service. Like we are getting result. That service
हाँ.
attitude I am talking about.
Yes, yes. So yes, like that. So it's a both service with service attitude. Yes, very nice. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Eternally grateful to you.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, there are two questions in the chat box. Can I read that, Prabhu?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so Sonali Mataji is asking, faith, knowledge, and discipline are the most important to stay in Krishna conscious path. Knowledge flows through 9 gates. If you stay in Sattva Guna, as per Bhagavad Gita chapter 14, please add your feedback.
Okay. Actually, what happens, this Satuguna means what? Like we have these senses are there. Satgun means, what is the meaning of this? The body is made up of 3 gunas. Okay. So according to the gunas, this body works. So passion will make the body work in a passionate way. Ghor, like there are 3. Mudha, Ghor, Sant. These 3 ways, modes work. Mudha means mode of ignorance, means foolish person. Ghora means violent person, aggressive person, and Sant means peaceful person. So only in mode of goodness, person can see the things as they are. In other modes, in mode of passion, the person is simply working hard, active only, but he has no goal of life. He's simply working. And he has an immediate goal only to earn money, to fulfill the family needs, and just somehow enjoy. That is a passionate person. Mode of ignorance person, he goes to the lamentation zone. He goes to sinful habits also. Means he is like a totally down. वो down हो चुका है. He has no goal of life, no activity also. He's just in lamentation zone. His life is just moved by somebody else. कोई दूसरा उसको खिला रहा है, पिला रहा है, like that. Is a mode of ignorance person. So these 3 modes we are constituting these 3 modes. Satguna means seeing the things as they are. So now when somebody comes in Satguna, then the things are not again told to them कि ये करो वो करो, क्योंकि वो पहले समझ गया कि मुझे करना है. Like when something has to be told, when that person is not understanding, or he has to be reminded, oh, you forgot now you should do those activity which you were learning earlier. So that person has to be told again and again. But पहले से ही आ गया सतुगुण, मतलब knowledge में आ गया है. Once he comes to knowledge, then what has to be heard, इस कान में कौन सा साउंड जाना चाहिए, इस नाक में क्या जाना चाहिए, मुंह में क्या जाना चाहिए, आंख में क्या जाना चाहिए, ये सभी नॉलेजेबल हो जाते हैं. सेंसेस, ऑल द सेंसेस बिकम नॉलेजेबल, और उसको पूरे को पकड़ने वाला इंटेलिजेंस है.
Prabhuji,
Yes.
English,
Oh.
please.
Okay. So all the holes here, all the holes. So ears have hole, eyes, the nose, and this mouth. All these holes become illumined with the knowledge. If I put pyaj and lehsun or onion and garlic inside my mouth, immediately I will vomit it because I cannot eat. Immediately the taste will find it out. Oh, this is something wrong. If I hear something Mayavad or some filmy song, immediately I have to block my ear. Oh, what is this? Is too rubbish. I cannot hear. Or even if I hear, I will not be means affected. Means affected in the sense one is focusing on something else only. He's not affected. No smelling, no seeing something bad. It means the person has become awakened to the mode of goodness. All his holes of the body, the jnana in their senses, they are not taking anything wrong inside. That is called illumined with the knowledge. Now they are only working for a purpose. They are seeing the things as they are. So for that person has to, but mode of goodness cannot be sustained unless one is practicing devotional service. Because mode of goodness becomes many times the brahmanas, they are more knowledgeable, more learned, they become again proud and then again fall down. So therefore we should continue devotional service ahead and ahead and ahead so that we remain on goodness. But goodness का मतलब ये है बताने की जरूरत नहीं है, अपने आप फॉलो करेगा वो व्यक्ति अपने आप, क्योंकि वो नॉलेज में आ चुका है. जब व्यक्ति इग्नोरेंस टिल द टाइम ऑफ मैन इज इन इग्नोरेंस, he has to be told again and again. Till the time man is in passion, he has to be guided again and again. Oh, you do this, you don't do this, don't do this, because he's not in knowledge. A person is situated in knowledge. What happens? He's illumined. His senses are not faulty. The senses know the limitation also. How much I can do, how much work I should do, how much result I will get. He has a full conviction that time. If I do too much hard work also, it will not result into much. So better be satisfied and he will tolerate. So he will have a shama, dama, tapa, socham, arjam, santim, arjam, all these qualities will be there. But the satguna means regulated lifestyle, attentive lifestyle, relaxed lifestyle is there. But this person has to follow the rituals of like some process of every day, like devotional service we are following. He has to follow. So he has to follow. Then only he can be in that guna. And then after that, he has to overcome that satguna and go to the Suddha Sattva guna. That is a pure devotional, Vasudeva Sattvam. So first, all of us have to come to this stage of these four regulative principles, which are sometimes very tough to follow. Why? Because of mobiles have come and so many wrong vibrations, wrong visions. So then one person comes to Satguna, then he will not indulge only in such things. He will understand, and that Satguna with the devotion service, he will not indulge. Because someone is not meant for me. It's a useless thing. But again, that is why actually to come in Satguna is more easy when we live a simple living in villages. When we live in village, not in city, or a place where we means Satguna ambience is there, at least in temple or in place where kirtan is happening, where devotees are talking spiritual sound vibration. So then at such places things are possible. But when we live in city surrounded by people like all the time asking for money, enjoyment, then we become distracted actually. That is a problem. That is why Srila Prabhupada wanted to create temples and centers so that the association has to be given. Devotees should be established to the Satguna. That is our first milestone to achieve. Stay in Satguna. So the holes of the body will not take inside or emit out something wrong. So that is the whole Satguna training. So that's why
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Generally the senses are considered imperfect. So is it true that if you are in Sattva Guna, the senses are considered perfect? Is that the right way to understand?
senses become illumined with knowledge. Means what happens? Whatever is our limitation, the senses will know. Knowledge does not mean that we become knowledgeable like a Supreme Lord. No. Knowledge means we know where I can fall, where I can walk.
Yeah,
Where is the
intelligence.
wrong?
Intelligence kicks in. Higher level
Yes.
intelligence kicks in to guide us.
Yes, means eyes, like the whole right now, if somebody is not in mode of goodness, the all senses they are covered with the ignorance. So they will try to enjoy their things. But when we come to Sattuguna, the senses become covered with a mode of goodness. And so they will not like automatically any wrong thing. They will remove it. They will not go towards that. That is why. So that's why the Sattuguna has to be controlled through. See, somebody can say, but Prabhuji, attraction is always there. Unless a jiva becomes, yes, that is true. Attraction is always there for sense object. Unless a jiva becomes fully Krishna conscious. Unless one becomes fully Krishna conscious, one cannot control his senses. But still, there is a less chances, I am saying, of fall down. When it comes to the Satuguna, things become illumined with knowledge. And when it becomes illuminated with knowledge, then Vairagya also comes. And one understands the pitfall. If one indulges in certain thing, what is the pitfall ahead? So one sees the pitfall ahead and so it does not indulge in that. That is a whole thing. But when one is not illuminated with knowledge, then what happens? One does not see only, one does not consider only. One thinks that it's let me enjoy what is I will see later. And then after enjoyment, what happens? Then he laments, he repents. Are gadbad ho gaya. So just see, after enjoyment, one laments, repents. What does it mean? Why he is not able to stop at the before indulging? Because he is still in ignorance right now. He has not come to the Satguna. He is still in ignorance. So the whole time he is not able to be in Satguna. Sometime he is coming to Satguna. He is again thinking, I did the wrong thing. I should not have done. Oh, again I did the wrong thing. It means he is not totally in Satguna. He is still coming up and down, coming up and down. The modes are again coming. The passion is coming. Ignorance is coming. Again covering the goodness, covering the goodness. So that is why one has to become situated. And once one becomes situated, then what happens? Then any wrong thing cannot happen. Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu. And Sattva-guna, constant Sattva-guna is a byproduct of sadhana, right? Strict sadhana, or how
Yes.
you...
Constant Sattva-guna means devotional service. Only through devotional service it can be brought. Because Ajamila also fell down once he saw the wrong side. So once he becomes convinced, if anything wrong coming, then, oh Krishna, please save me, Krishna. Means dependence on Krishna. That is keeping us to Sattva-guna. Dependence on Krishna, dependence on Guru, dependence on our own devotional surrender. That will keep us always being Sattva-guna. Otherwise, just practice may not. Practice may sometime, like Ajamila, he was practicing a good Brahmana, but he fell down. But when he surrenders to Krishna, then Krishna says, even Krishna mentions that Sarvadharman Parityaja Mamekam Sharanam Bhaja Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo. Even a sinful person also surrenders to Krishna. Krishna removes the sin and Krishna gives protection. So that is why we become protected. So that is Sattva-guna. Always staying in Sattva-guna means I must take shelter of Krishna. I will not leave the Krishna's lotus feet. That is a firm situation in Sattva-guna. वो कभी गिरेगा नहीं because he's always catching hold of Krishna lotus feet.
Thank you, Prabhu.
so much.
You added fourth point, the dradata. I think sloka number 7 point something. Yeah, dradata. Thank you. Really appreciate.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Such a wonderful class. Please accept our humble obeisances. All glories to Prabhu. Thank you so much for giving wonderful instructions. Very nice. Thank you, Prabhu. Let's pay our obeisances to Prabhuji. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva patitan pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Vishnu Brand ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. His Grace Arjun Ishwar Prabhu ji ki jai. Hari
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you, dear devotees, for joining. We'll close the call for today.